Coach D here, and of course, I have some things to speak on. Here's a video of Marjorie Taylor Greene and a gang of fools bashing their own because of new gun legislation. Check it out, then come back, and let's talk about it.
Lindsey Graham, who promised me just a few years ago that he would not violate due process rights with red flag laws, broke his promise. Mitch McConnell, complete failure to Republicans. Murkowski, Portman, Romney, Tillis, Young, these are the Republican senators that Republican voters do not support anymore. We've got to change our Republican Party, and it needs to happen right here.
So a while back, I had a student who was hurting himself in one of my classes. I asked him to step outside so that we could speak, but also so he wouldn't be a threat to anyone in the classroom while we waited for campus safety to arrive. Before they arrived, he kind of lunged at me, so I had to grab him and hold him down until they got there. It was kind of tough, but it was something I knew I had to do. 10 years later, he took my class again. At the end of the first day, he came right up to me and he thanked me for helping him get the necessary therapy that he needed 10 years ago so that he wouldn't be a threat to himself or anyone else. This is what red flag laws are for. They've been around since before 1999, and they have never been used in ways Marjorie Taylor Greene and the gang of fools behind her want to make you think they'll be used for. You see, Republicans, they always say that we don't have a gun problem, we have a mental health problem. But they never give solutions on how to quell those mental health problems or how to keep guns out of the hands of severely mentally ill people. This is what red flag laws are for. And they do not violate due process. Basically, a red flag law allows people who have a close relationship with someone to petition the court to have guns temporarily taken away from them if they are deemed a threat to themselves or others. Under red flag laws, teachers can report a student like the one I had, and the courts would decide to remove guns from their possession for a year or until their mental health checks out. But Marjorie Taylor Greene and the fools behind her want you to believe that they're going to be used to disarm law-abiding Republicans. And here's why they do this. These people have been told all their lives that any mention of a gun law is actually an incognito way of disarming them so that they are defenseless under Democratic rule. Let me repeat that for those of you who think that this is about the Second Amendment or hunting or defending their home from an intruder. They believe that the left wants to disarm them so that they are defenseless under Democratic rule. You know how many times I've heard one of them say, well, you know what Hitler did first, right? He took away all the guns. And they're being told that that's what Democrats actually want to do. Don't believe me? Look up articles before Obama and Biden. The best thing that can happen to gun manufacturers is a Democrat being in contention for or winning an election. They know how to use that to raise revenue. Seriously. There's a small gun shop in a small town near my home. I remember them having a line around the corner right before Obama was inaugurated. And this is because they were being told by some far-right sites that are actually getting most of their funding from gun lobbyists. They were being told by them that Obama was going to take their guns and their ammo. I bet you guys know people to this day who fell for it and bought hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of guns and ammo that now sit in some safe somewhere with dust all over them. And during that time, they were probably trying to convince you to buy guns and ammo also. And now look, you can buy it for much cheaper off of them. And this is a brilliant strategy by gun stores to make more money. And you can't compete with that indoctrination that started when some of these people were kids during the Clinton era with a 1-minute TikTok. It won't work. So what do you do if you want common sense gun laws that might stop the next mass shooter? You rally people to vote for legislators who put people over politics and profit. That's it. And I have to tell myself this sometimes as well. I thought I can convince people with a TikTok video or a logical conversation, but after doing a deep dive into these far-right indoctrination articles and reading their responses on my posts, I knew I was fighting a losing battle. Just watch, they'll be in the comments here saying things that affirm exactly what I'm saying. Stop wasting your time with them. They're gone. Vote their leaders out. Period.